Welcome back, everybody, to the Lavish Show. I'm sitting with the wonderful, creative Miss Leah Rollins. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great, sweetie. Thanks for having me here.
Yes,
ma'am.
I am excited you're here too, and the audience don't know she is my godmother. I like to say that because she has been supporting me for years, and the Creative Women Enterprises, my nonprofit organization, she has taught my children. But I want the audience to really get a one-on-one with who is Miss Leah Rollins. So won't you start telling our audience about who you are, even though she was on the show years ago, but I really want people to know who you are.
I'm almost speechless, but I really would like to say that I'm a child of God first.
Amen.
I always acknowledge Him in everything that I do. And I am also a creative person. I'm a creator. I've been blessed to be able to play the piano since I was a little girl. And that took me to college at Fisk University. Then it took me to my first real job, which was not created, but was presented to me by Mr. Richard Moore, who was my teacher at one time.
Okay.
And so anyway, I had to fill some big shoes, and I was the music teacher at Colma Junior High School, choral director. And I think in 1977. And so my tenure there was 15 years. But anyway, I could tell just lots of stories, but most of my musical blessings have been either through teaching or creating, writing, inspiring.
Right, and that's what I love about you. You are very inspirational.
Thank you.
So you went to Fisk University. Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. Fisk University, Nashville, Tennessee. I attended there from 1973 to 1977.
Wow.
Had wonderful opportunities there. Then, which was Country Music USA, and of course, gospel music was a big part of that. Of the scene in Nashville.
Wow.
But my tenure there, I had an opportunity to be in gospel music choir, where there were like about 100 members.
Wow.
And I was one of the accompanists later on.
Okay.
But there were just awesome opportunities.
Yes,
in
and
Nashville.
so, well, that's awesome. So your upbringing, you started playing at the age of? 4 years old?
Yeah. I don't remember.
Wow.
I don't.
And you know, you sing as well.
Yeah.
So all that you've been singing and playing, and how did this come about, you wanting to do stuff for the community, work with children, things like that in your business? How did this come about?
Okay, I believe in destiny. At one time, and I'm very candid and very transparent, I never wanted to teach. Teaching found me. God actually had it positioned for me to teach, because I thought that writing music, having an opportunity to create it, present it, perform it, was going to be my path.
Okay.
But he had other plans.
Right.
I started teaching, like I said, in 1977.
Okay.
In 1977. And so that started there, but I always had that itch to get back out there. So that's where it started. I had opportunities to travel with the band.
Okay.
Opportunities to play for church. I'm doing that now. I'm playing for several churches.
Awesome.
All throughout my tenure.
Okay.
Along the time I was teaching, I was still playing for somebody's church, but now I play at St. Paul.
Okay.
United Methodist Church in Biloxi, Mississippi. Been there for almost 24 years.
Wow. No, they're not going to let you go. They're not going to let you go. Awesome. So even with you doing this in the community, you love children. You have a passion for children. My 2 children were in your classes. They went to the Musaic. So tell me how the Musaic started.
Oh, wow. Actually, you have a kind of a namesake. His name, I can guess I can use his name, Michael Stallworth, wanted me to take piano, wanted me to teach him piano. There you go. And so short version of it, if I can make it short, is that after a couple of years of trying to encourage me to teach him, I wasn't taking on any students then. But anyway, I decided to take him, and he told someone, and they told someone. So word of mouth, next thing I knew, in my mother's house, I had about 35 to 40 students.
What?
At that point, she said, well, you need a bigger space. And we ended up going to her old homestead on Market Street in Pascagoula.
Wow.
And so there we started in 2009. And she passed in 2010.
Oh.
But she had a chance to see her vision come to life.
Wow. So you was your mother working with you during that time, or?
Well, she would come to certain events. I think one time she played Mrs. Claus and served cocoa in the museum.
Oh, yeah, and so you had a bunch of students and you started teaching them, and it just sort of blossomed.
It blossomed. It blossomed from there.
Wow. And so the children that come up, what are you teaching them?
The children who come now?
Yeah. Well, in the past or now, what are you teaching them?
Well, we had at one point we had other instructors who were there.
Oh
yeah, we did. It was a really big program. And so we had things from, I was teaching piano, we got another piano teacher, and we had a guitar teacher, we had, what did we have? We had some drum mentors. I didn't have a drum instructor. We had a violin instructor for a very short term.
So you had a real performing arts school.
We did.
Wow. And I know I graduated from Goshen High School, and I used to hear people say, you need to go to Miss Rollins. You need to go to Miss Rollins. I was like, who is Miss Rollins? And I didn't know, who you were or whatever. And then when I got older along and started doing TV, they said it again. You need to get her on your show. You need to get her on your show. So back in, 2018, I believe, is when I brought you on the show, and you played the keyboard and sang. So we're going to get ready to take a break, but when we come back, I also want you to, I know you didn't bring your keyboard.
No, I didn't.
But I want to ask you about what inspired you, growing up as a child, music, and let's hear a little bit from you.
Okay.
Okay.
For me, films.
All right. Excellent.
You see, he lifts you up, even though I let you down. I know we're not perfect, but I know that we're heaven bound. If you're betting on me, better play another round. I'm an ace to the kings, you better double down. We never fall for nothing, I know our hearts are real. You're a diamond without the club and the cars and deals. Yeah, you know my past really bothers me, but you hold me down. You're a solid queen, come to home to cooking like you're Paula Deen. Whipping up them hash browns and them collard greens. Pardon me, but I solemnly swear my idol needs keep falling in love, and I'm not a legend, you got all of me. Even with all this poverty, I'm not the one with the riches, but I guarantee that you can get all of my offerings. You never shut me out, just like Obama's key. We hit that war room, and then I agree.
I got you in my life, promise I won't fuss or fight. Baby, I got you, I got you, I got you in my life. Baby, I got you in my life, promise I won't fuss or fight. Baby, I got you, I got you, I got you in my life.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Lavish Show. I'm your host, Dr. Shira Stallworth. I'm sitting with the lovely Miss Leah Rollins from Pascagoula, Mississippi. But right now, I just want to know what inspired you. What kind of artist or musician inspired you growing up? I know your mother was a big inspiration. Your family is well known.
My dad.
Your dad.
Yeah, my dad.
So, wow. What else? Just tell the audience.
Okay. My dad, I call him a jack of all trades.
Okay.
Yeah, because Daddy did lots of things, and he was a self-taught musician.
Wow.
Funeral home director.
Yes.
But I grew up hearing jazz music, and my mom wanted me to be able to read music. Mm-hmm. He was interested in that as well, but I had an opportunity to hear jazz through the house. I grew up in a very interesting household, so I heard that. And then because I could play by ear and she wanted me to learn to read, I could go in there and have an opportunity to sit with Daddy, and we would have little jam sessions. I would learn from him.
Awesome. So what did you used to sing, or what type of songs? I know you said gospel, and then, what artists are, I want to hear something from you, really. So if you have an artist that you want to sing a song, that inspired you growing up, or something that you wrote.
Okay, I'll do a little sample of something.
Okay.
I like inspirational songs, and again, like I said, anything that is going to inspire humanity, something that will make change in the world. something that edifies and acknowledges God. I like that. I like R&B. I like all kinds of music.
Yes, yes.
So I think I'll do.
Oh,
just
I
a little-
heard you. Y'all don't know nothing till you heard the music from this lady. I'm telling you. And we're gonna play some of her clips through the show, but she is very what's the word? She's iconic too, but she has a plethora of
like
music
that word,
that
but-
she uses and she plays and she teaches kids. But give us something. Give us something.
All right. How about if I do a little medley? And I'm being spontaneous because you put me on
Yes,
the spot now.
I am spontaneous.
All right. Can you snap those fingers? Touch somebody. Be a friend. Give your service. Be your brother's keeper. And your sister's keeper, too.
That's right.
Be your brother's keeper. All right.
I love it. I love it.
You know, I always like my keyboard, and that
Yes.
becomes kind of like my crutch.
That's
But I
her
know that
baby,
sometimes
y'all,
I
that
will not
keyboard.
have a piano with me all the time.
Yes.
So I know I need to sing sometimes a cappella.
Yes,
So I-
and
yeah.
I forgot about this. We had an NAACP banquet this year, and I was like, oh my gosh, I don't like dead air when we getting ready to do
Right.
things on stage or we're doing presentations and things. And I was like, I have to call Miss Rollins. And you came out there and you showed out on your keyboard. And
Oh, I had so much
people
fun. It was
enjoyed
fun.
you.
I'm glad
And
they
I mean,
did.
she played so beautifully and wonderfully and had the whole banquet singing. What was the song?
You know what? It was the gospel.
Was
piece.
it
I
Reach
can't
Out
remember.
and Touch,
No,
or it was
wasn't
something?
that. I don't even remember.
Yes, but
I
it
don't know.
was
It was
good.
a gospel piece.
It was a gospel, and the whole audience, well,
Right.
the people at the NAACP banquet was joining in, and my mother was like, she's good. She is very good. So tell us what you got going on now with the Musaic, and also she has a show, The Positive Vibe.
Okay,
Let's talk
which one?
about that.
Want to talk about that first?
Yeah, let's talk about the
Fine.
positive
Okay.
vibes.
During the pandemic, there was a lot of uncertainty, and people were really fearful. I think we all didn't know what to expect. We all
Right.
were kind of in a panic, not knowing what to expect. Everything was closed down. So school, we had to close down the schools, the stores. Some of the stores had closed and everything. In the midst of that, I had this idea. Actually, God deposited in me the thought of doing something that would be uplifting and empowering, inspiring. You do that all the time. I was not trying to compete with you at all.
no,
But it
you.
was going to be a musical show that would give people an opportunity to,
Yes.
if anything else, if nothing else, to give them a chance to get away from the world that we were experiencing at the time, which
Right.
was pretty scary.
Right.
So I said, well, this will be a way. I'll do something to kind of be like a detour or maybe a distraction away from what's going on in the world.
Right.
We do little sing-alongs. That we would do audience participation. Of course, I didn't have an audience there with me, but I would
Yes.
try to incorporate the audience.
The social media.
The social media became my friend.
So here, my positive vibes.
Yes.
I was actually intimidated with that and started doing lives. So, oh my gosh, I'm going to do a whole show and people are going to watch me, but they can see me and I can't see them. That was
Yes.
very intimidating.
But it grows so much.
Yes,
You
it
have a
is.
lot of followers,
Yeah, I
and
do now.
they tune in to Positive Vibes.
Right.
I love it. When does it air? When do you normally have it and
Well,
show?
second and fourth Thursday, actually, I'm doing one tomorrow.
Okay.
And it's usually like 20 minutes to 30 minutes. They used to be pretty long. I said, that's a long time. So I
Yeah.
kind of condensed it to about 30 to 40 minutes.
Awesome. And in your Positive Vibes, you always give inspirational message.
Inspiration.
What would be your message today to somebody that is going through a rough time? And a lot of time we judge people because we look at their life on the outside, but we really don't know what's going on the inside.
That's the truth.
You know,
That is so
in
true.
in the world that we live in today, as the Bible say, the love of many has waxed cold. You know,
That's
we don't
true.
see the
That's
love
true.
of God in his heart. So what would be an inspirational message that you would tell somebody today?
Well, actually, I just wrote one the other day, and that's something that I like to do.
Yes.
Is to do a daily inspiration. And it was something like, to the effect of, if I paraphrase it, is that when we're with people, around people, be aware that we don't know what they're going through. We don't. You know, I'm sitting here with you. You got this beautiful smile, but we don't know what's going on. You don't know what I may be internalizing.
Right.
So my message would be is to try to reach out to people the best way you can. And we may not even feel like doing that, but just being aware of each other's feelings.
That's right.
Being aware of that.
Being aware, and even on your show, when you're talking to your audience, it's like a personal relationship with them.
We're often misunderstood as artists. And for you to understand that the arts do have the power to change and save lives.
And that's so important, being a content creator.
Right.
You know, you have to have like a relationship with your audience.
With your audience.
And when I tune into Positive Vibes, that's what I feel. And then you will shout them out and do things like that. So I encourage you to keep going and keep moving forward with that.
You've been such an inspiration. And you know, we're doing 2 different types of shows.
Yes,
We collaborate. Now I want to say that, and this is spontaneous moment since you told me I could do that, that this would be a great opportunity for me to share with the audience that we always have, that's the camera I'm looking at, that we always have an opportunity to help each other. We can exhort each other.
Yes.
We don't have to compete with each other.
That's right.
It's plenty room for all of us.
Yes.
Plenty room for all of us to succeed.
That's right.
Successful.
And on that note, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Miss Leah Rollins.
I love you, Stefan.
Yeah. Love you too, babe.
Pay the man.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Lavish Show. I'm sitting with Miss Leah Rollins. I want to go straight into the Musaic. What takes place at the Musaic with the kids and the young people?
Okay, good. That's a good question. The Musaic, the name itself comes from music and mosaic. So it's music and art. And even though we don't teach art per se, we've tried to secure art teachers in the past, so I'll try to incorporate that. So our theme is that we tune and train students.
Tune and train.
And I added something, tune, train, and present.
I love
they
it.
have to perform.
Yes, and so is it vocal training?
It's vocal training, it's piano, basic piano. At one time, I was telling you, we had lots of instruments. We scaled back purposely to make it more of kind of like an academy type thing for students who are really serious about it. So we're not doing the group as many students purposely, so we could have more time to focus on a few.
Because I know when my children were coming, y'all did the piano, y'all did everything, even acting, because you had students that were acting.
I would love for that to come back.
Yes, even acting, doing Annie and everything. And it just seems like every student that signs up with you, they take away more gifts that they came with. So even though they're starting on the keyboard and things like that, or the piano, they'll start acting. They'll start being more confident. And see, audience, this is what I'm talking about. If you're going to put your children under somebody tutoring or tutelage, you need to put them under somebody that's positive and have a beautiful spirit like Ms. Rollins, that they can grow, you know, not just in one art, but in several arts. So that's what I love. And I want to give a shout out to one of my friends, Trennis Kennedy. Come on, Trennis Kennedy. And you know her. She has a cute little nephew, Walter, right?
Walter.
And I'm going to talk about him because every time I come, I tune in. I see him doing something. Then there was a little one that looked like Michael Jackson.
Yes.
That talk about your students. Talk about your students.
I don't want to miss anyone. I'm using this as a reference, but I think they'll pan in on something. But the past 2 years, when we regrouped after the pandemic, remember we weren't having students there in person.
That's right.
And we were doing it virtually. And then gradually, as we eased on, we took a few students in, and then we decided we're going to get back to some of the things that were really meaningful, like doing some of our showcases and festivals. So one of my favorites is one I think you participated in, and I know your babies did, and it's the Fall Festival, which is a reenactment of music history featuring characters from Bach to Rock. So we had, I believe, yeah. So I think we had a young man that you were talking about portraying Prince. And
Prince,
we had Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson,
young man.
Wow,
a great showcase the other evening and placed third place.
Yes.
Just a variety, and we had Michael Jackson and his sister.
Okay.
And his sister's Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson. So you have so many different students that come, and I mean all ages, right?
Right.
So
and we have some adult students.
Yeah. So you have not only children, you have adults.
Adults.
And what do they, want to learn? Just the piano, or?
Well, amazingly, and I will not front this person, so I won't call names, but it's amazing how you just mentioned, and I believe this, that sometimes something else will be birthed. That something unexpected.
Yes, yes.
So I've even had something new to happen now, and I'm going to jump on it because I did teach speech and drama for a couple of years when I taught at Calmer. Well, I never knew that was going to come back, and so I've been doing training with speech for people who want to do that, to articulate better. Because that's what singing is. We're learning,
right.
We're
I
just
love it.
Vocalizing to a pitch. And so when you're speaking, you're using the same mechanism. And so, I mean, I was just honored to be asked, but that's the first that I've had at the Musaic.
Wow.
Like that, so.
And I also want to interject this. Another reason why I love this woman so much, I had a vision of doing a children's show years ago called, anything, a Christian show for children to get up and watch on Saturday morning. And she was like, I already got it written out. I know what it is. And I had the plan. I was like, you got the blueprint?
I did.
And I got with my TV producers, and they was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's run it. And we produced, I think, 3 episodes, or even more.
There are 4.
Even 4 of the Musaic Kids Show. And I'm going to see if my producer can pull a clip of that up. Oh, it's amazing. I mean, my kids were in it, other kids in the community were in it, and you just should see how the kids lit up their face. They were learning about countries. They were learning about history,
every continent,
music, and what was the song? What was the theme song?
The Reading Train?
Yeah, let me hear it.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
Let's see if I can do it. I got to do it. Let's see. There's a train coming to this town with lots of books to read. It's for boys and girls just like you and all your family. So get on board, open your eyes, express your, okay, I forgot the words right there, but that's okay. I hadn't done it in a while, but it's, get on board, open your eyes.
Yes, okay. and what you got to know is that students were singing this,
right?
They
were.
And they were dancing and everything.
You should put me on the spot, but that's okay, because it is what it is. You've seen it.
I love it.
I
have not
done that song in 2 years.
Really?
I haven't.
That's how I be when they ask me to perform. I be like, I forgot, y'all. Y'all just got to flow with it. But I love it. I love it. I love it. And I love what you do. And I don't want to run out of time, but I want you to tell our audience about your summer refreshers. What are you doing with the students this summer? What you have coming up?
Okay. All right. Oh, I didn't mention one of the things, because in order to do some of the other things that I love, which are includes performing and doing that. I perform at Phoenicia's Gourmet Restaurant.
Yes, people, hold up. Let's say it. She performs in Ocean Springs downtown, and where?
At Phoenicia's Gourmet Restaurant in Ocean Springs on Government Street every Saturday from 6 to 9. And in order to be able to use those gifts, I had to kind of scale back.
Yes,
to do that, because I've been teaching a long time. And so I said, it's time to be able to incorporate some things like that.
I love it, you guys. I love it. I tell you, if you want to bring your date or anybody out there, she's going to serenade you.
Yeah, I will.
She will also eat dinner with you. I love it, love it, love it. I love it. And it's just a beautiful atmosphere.
It is.
And she just flows so elegantly. I always tell her she looks like these women that were back in the day that sung on the stage. Who do I always tell you look like? What's the lady? But she just brings it back to that style with me, and I just love it. I can't think of her name right now, but when I think of it, I'm gonna remind you. But I always tell her that. So Lena Horne.
Oh, yeah.
Lena Horne, you remind me of when you sing. Just beautiful. So wait, so talk about that. Yes.
Okay, there's my poster back there. The summer camp is gonna be. This is the most unique one we've ever had.
Okay.
Normally we would do like 2 or 3 days, or I'd do 2 weeks of 3 days of. This is 1 day.
Okay. Okay. 1 day.
1 day, 3 hours. Okay?
Oh, wow.
1 day, 3 hours.
Okay.
It's going to be the Musaic Jam Camp.
Okay.
So we're going to jam on different genres. That's almost a
I love that. Jam on different genres. Okay.
So we're going to do a little bit of classical, a little bit of R&B, some gospel, whatever comes, just various little snippets, because you can't teach all that in 3 hours.
Yeah,
but just if nothing more, if the students leave with an appreciation of those different genres, and they can go and play like a little bit of the Furleys, if they can get that in their heads and remember that, it just takes a spark.
I love it.
To spark.
So when is it going to start?
Okay, it's going to be on July the 16th. Oh, I hope it's the right date. It's not on there.
The 16th?
The 16th
of
July.
All right, and then they just call you?
It's not the 16th.
It's not the 16th?
It's the 13th.
The 13th?
The 13th of July. The 6th
Okay.
is the first Saturday. So the following Saturday would be the 13th.
The 13th.
The
So
13th.
how do they register? Do they call you?
They can just reach me on Messenger. Since we're doing this thing online now, where we're just going to keep it. They don't have to. They can call if they have any questions. But it's been on Facebook, and I'm going to post it again on some of the other ones, maybe TikTok or something, so people will know.
So July 13th to do the summer refreshers and everything.
I think if that's right, the second Saturday.
Second Saturday.
Second Saturday.
So how can we get in contact with you?
Okay, look for Leah Travillion Rollins on Messenger.
Okay.
And don't. When you see the announcement, you don't have to respond on the post.
Right.
Do it on Messenger.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put it out there again, and then we'll go from there. But this is a great venue for me to announce it. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're so welcome, godmother. I love you. I love you, love you, love you.
I love you.
So that is Miss Leah Travillion Rollins from Pascagoula, Mississippi with the Musaic Performing Arts School. Thank you for coming on the show today. Love you. All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to The Lavish Show. Make sure you join me the rest of this season with a lot of special guests. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Shira Stallworth, and visit my website, Creative Women Enterprise. We have a lot of things going on. See you next time.